Question 2. But we need two C5H10 in order to get this. So that's a bit of a tricky part that I struggle with as well. I was like, cyclopentane, well, C5H10. Then how do I get this? The carbons won't add up. Then I was like, oh, C10H18, but that's not cyclopentane. You write cyclopentane and then you deduce what you're timing it by. So what's the number of moles? In this case, it's going to be 2 molecules of cyclopentane. So that's where the two curly arrows go, and really it's just how well you know your mechanisms, able to identify the mechanism, and then how well do you know it. And I also need to keep reviewing mechanisms as long as you guys, with you guys as well. Then it says name compound Z. Well, if we look at compound Z, it's ethanol, methane, ethane, because it's alcohol, but it's got NH2, which is on that's the first, that's the second carbon, so it's going to be 2 dash amino ethanol. 2 dash amino ethanol, and the role of Z, well, you can see it accepts a proton, so it's going to be a base, or takes a proton, it's going to be a base. 2 amino ethanol, 2 dash amino ethanol, curly arrow to hydrogen from the middle of NH to the nitrogen, and it acts as a base to all of Z. Then it says question 2.5, draw the shape of X NH2. So we've got X NH2 and H H, and because nitrogen in group 5 is bonded to 3, it's going to have it's going to have 2 electrons, but 1 lone pair of electrons. And then for NH3 plus, because iron, going to have square brackets, positive charge X, and same thing as XNH2. However, it's going to have an extra hydrogen bonded to it. So it's actually going to have no lone pairs of electrons because of this positive charge. At the bond angle in it says state whether the bond angle in X and H2 is greater than, the same as, or smaller than. Well, it definitely, because remember, this kind of molecule, the bond angle is 107 degrees. This kind of molecule, the bond angle is 109.5 degrees. So the bond angle in NHH and XNH2 is definitely going to be smaller. Why? Because it's got lone pair repulsion is greater than bond pair repulsion. Lone pair repulsion greater than bond pair repulsion. And question 2.6, 6 marker. Bioethanol is used an alternative to fossil fuels. This statement appeared on a website. The fact that bioethanol's carbon neutral fuel outweighs environmental disadvantages of producing bioethanol. Evaluate this statement. So here, it's already going to tell me the 3 stages. So stage 1, how bioethanol is produced. Stage 2, it is literally just copy and pasting equation that you should have memorized, and that's why I'm going to enjoy stage 2, because I'm pretty confident with those equations now. But don't be fooled, I had to go through them so many times, like at least 10 times. But you just have to keep going through the equations. Maybe 5, not 10. So stage 1, well, how bioethanol is produced? Well, photosynthesis, the natural process where plants take CO2 from the air. We've got fermentation. So equation 1, 6CO2 plus 6H12 ROC 6H12O6 plus 6O2. Equation 2, C6H12O6 RO2C2H5OH plus 2CO2. Equation 3, 2C2H5OH plus 6O2 4CO2 plus 6H2O or 6H1 plus 4CO2. That's literally stage 2. Just copy and paste these 3 equations, which you do need to know off by heart. Otherwise, you're not going to know the equations. And then stage 3. What was stage 3? I think it's about the environment. Yeah, analysis and environmental impact. So we're going to talk about the idea of carbon neutral, which is the key thing. And there's an argument for this, which I'm going to go through right now. I can't put text there. There we go. So first things first, deforestation. Deforestation was sacrificing land that could be used for food. Next thing is loss of biodiversity. That is the end of question 2.